guys, thanks for watching. Today's video is going to be my drugstore favorites. So basically what products I think are the best from the drugstore. Now I work in cosmetics, I have for a couple of years now, and the store that I work at has both high-end as well as drugstore makeup. So throughout the last couple of years, I've really gotten a chance to try a lot of the products and find out what I think is really worth it. Quite a few of my clients requested that I do a video just detailing what products I think are really the best from the drugstore. So I thought I would put this together. And not everyone has the means or budget to spend, say, $30 on a blush, which is totally fine, and you know what, you shouldn't have to. But with drugstore or mass-produced brands that you find in the drugstore, sometimes it's hard to know what's good and what's not. So this is going to be my compilation of what products I think are the best from the drugstore. So keeping with the theme of the holidays and giving, but I decided it would be really fun to give away my favorite drugstore products. So I went out and picked up most of my favorites, and I will be giving them away to one of you. So these are all my top favorite drugstore products. Here's what you can win. So you can win the Maybelline Pumped Up Colossal Mascara, a NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil. This is in the shade 615 Slate. The NYC Liquid Eyeliner, my favorite shade of the Revlon Colorburst Matte Balm, 205 Elusive, an Essence lipstick, this is in the shade Where Berries, the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso, the NYX Butter Gloss in Tiramisu, the L'Oreal Infallible Eyeshadow in Hourglass Beige, the NYX Liquid Gold Eyeshadow, also the NYX Nude on Nude palette. So this comes with a ton of eyeshadows and lip colors. This actually was a gift from the cosmetic manager at London Drugs. I told her that I was picking up stuff for a giveaway, and she was so nice to give me this. And part of me wanted to keep it for myself, but I have so many palettes already, so I thought it would be perfect to include in this giveaway. I think the giveaway is going to run probably until New Year's, and I'll announce the winner on New Year's Day. It is just going to be open for Canada, the US, and Mexico, I believe. I'm really sorry if you don't live in one of those countries. It's nothing personal, and I would love to do a worldwide giveaway, but just for the size of the box that this has to be shipped in is so expensive, I just can't afford it. I will be doing a lot more worldwide giveaways though coming up. So all you have to do to enter this giveaway is be subscribed to me here on my YouTube channel, like this video, as well as follow me on Instagram. For more entries, you can like my Facebook page, repost my Instagram photo, and share this video on Twitter. But definitely leave me a comment here letting me know that you've entered. So excited to be doing this. I feel like Santa. I feel like drugstore makeup is really underrated. A lot of people think if it's from the drugstore, it sucks or it's poor quality, which is not true at all. There are a lot of really great brands and products that can be purchased at the drugstore that are still really great quality. As for brands, my top favorite is definitely NYX. It's such a creative, unique, and high quality brand, yet it's so affordable. First and foremost, one of my absolute favorite NYX products is the contour palette. This contour palette is only like $25 Canadian, which compared to $60 like most of the high-end contour palettes on the market is a pretty darn good deal. So it comes with 8 different shades, 4 lighter tones and 4 contour tones. It comes with a gorgeous frosty highlight, which I am wearing on my cheeks today. Can we talk about this highlight though? So you've got a fair flesh tone, you've got more of a yellow banana powder, and then you've got a little bit more of a medium toned. I love to mix these two together for setting my under eye. For the contour, you have almost every contour shade you could pretty much need. I actually use these colors for the darker shading on my eye. Textures are super smooth, very blendable, very easy to work with. If you are wanting to experiment with contouring or are just looking for a really great inexpensive contour kit to add to your collection, 100% recommend this one. Next from NYX, one of my all-time favorite products is the Wonder Pencil. This is quite a close dupe for the MAC Studio Chromographic Pencil. It is a very multi-purpose pale pencil, so you can use this to highlight your inner waterline to make your eyes look brighter. You can use this as a concealer, or you can use it lightly around your lips, blending it out to make your lips appear bigger. So you can do pretty much everything with this. My favorite way to use it is as a inner rim highlight. It applies really nicely, doesn't irritate the eyes. I believe it comes in 3 or 4 different shades just based on your skin tone. I use it pretty much every day, especially on days when I'm very tired and want to look more awake. Keeping with the eyeliner theme, my favorite drugstore eyeliners of all time are also by NYX. So the first one is the Waterproof Extreme Shine Eyeliner, and this is just in the shade Jet Black. So I did use this blended into my lash line for more of a soft fake liner look. These liners are so pigmented, like... Do you see that? They're very soft, very creamy, and best of all, it's waterproof and long wearing, so you can even put it inside your waterline, on top of your eyelid, below your eyelid. The next product that I absolutely love and think is one of the must-haves from the drugstore if you like contouring is the Wonder Stick. Comes with your contour and your highlight. One of the reasons I love this is because the tones are so well done. A lot of the time with more of the drugstore brand, the contour tone tends to be very orange. Contouring is meant to mimic the natural shadows of the face to add depth and dimension. I don't know if you've ever seen a shadow, but it's not orange. It's like gray or black. So you need a very cool, ashy, gray tone color to achieve that contour. This one definitely achieves that. It is a great tone to add depth and dimension and kind of sculpt out the face. But another reason why I love this is because the texture is so creamy and blendable. Again, it's great for people who are maybe just starting out with contouring. They want to kind of practice and experiment with it, but they don't want to spend like $30 on a contour and highlight stick. So another one of my favorites from NYX is the Dark Circle Concealer. So this comes in 3 or 4 shades as well. All of them are a bit more pinky salmon tone. Even though they're called a concealer, I don't think they work the best as a concealer on their own. Instead, I think they work much better as a color corrector. So that pinky salmon tone that they have is really great for helping to counteract dark or blue under eye circles. This is also infused with coconut oil, so it's very emollient, very hydrating, and very smoothing. So I will take a small amount of this with my fingertip, press it into the darkest area of my eye, not all over, but just on the darkness. Blend it into the skin, and then I will go over top with my concealer. This is a must-have product if you struggle with dark circles. Like, this is life-changing. Next from NYX, this is one of my favorite eyeshadows of all time. This is the Prismatic eyeshadow in the shade 03 Liquid Gold. So this is a very pigmented metallic eyeshadow, and it's a beautiful, intense, bronzy gold. I think it comes out a little bit more copper on the eyes, but it is stunning. Like, hello! Working with a texture like this, especially one that's very shimmery or metallic, I definitely recommend using your fingertips just because they will pick up and deposit the color the best as possible. Moving on to the lip category from NYX, my first favorite is definitely the Butter Gloss. I've been obsessed with these for a few years now. I honestly believe they are one of the best lip glosses that you can get. They're very creamy, very smooth, very shiny, very moisturizing, but they're not overly sticky, which is a very common pet peeve for people in lip glosses. So I do own most of the Butter Glosses from the line. I will one day own every single one. Mark my words. My absolute favorite shade is called Tiramisu. This one is a beautiful pinky nude. This is a universally flattering shade. This is something I will pop on if I'm not even wearing any makeup, but I just want a little bit of shine. On the paler side, I also love Creme Brulee and Eclair. I also have a few others. I wasn't kidding when I said I love these. Also from their lip range are the Soft Matte Lip Creams. These have been around for years and they definitely have not decreased in popularity. A lot of people think that these are supposed to be a very high pigmented liquid lipstick. They're really not. The texture is very thin and very matte. So if you're wearing them on their own, I do find you need about 2 layers to really make it look more opaque. The way that I love to wear these is by applying a layer of this with a layer of a lip gloss over top. Next, I think I'm gonna do Maybelline. Maybelline is another one of my favorite drugstore brands, especially for skin products. So like foundation, concealer, powder, all that sort of stuff. Starting with foundation, I absolutely love the Fit Me foundation. This is the original, which is their more hydrating and smoothing formula. They do have a new one for more of a oily skin, which is the Matte and Poreless, I believe it's called. I love this for an everyday, very natural foundation. This one is great if you are textured because it will help to smooth out the skin, and I personally do not find it clings to my dry patches at all. As for concealer, this is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. So this is the one that has a little sponge on top. This is amazing for people who have dry or dehydrated under eyes. It's a very blendable, very creamy texture. It's not too thick, but it still offers really great coverage. This is my go-to under eye concealer. Honestly, I like this better than most high-end concealers. Like, I prefer this to the NARS Radiant Creamy. I prefer this to matte concealers. This will definitely be one of my ride or die products for a long time. Also from Maybelline, I absolutely love the Fit Me powder. This is a lightweight, more natural powder. You can definitely build it up, but I think it works beautiful as a setting powder, especially for someone with dry skin. This is actually one of my favorite powders. So also from Maybelline, I think think the lip products are phenomenal. The lipsticks are so beautiful and they have such a nice shade range. My favorites at the moment are definitely the matte range. They are very matte but so creamy. Like, I own quite a few Maybelline lipsticks, but I definitely think my favorite right now is the Ravishing Rose from their matte line. So this one, so beautiful. It's a beautiful rosy pink. Last but definitely not least from Maybelline is the Pumped Up Colossal Mascara. I purchased this right when it launched and it has been one of my favorites ever since. Not everyone loves this mascara because it does have such a big fluffy wand, but for adding a lot of fluffy volume, you do need a bigger wand to achieve that. There are tons of very closely dispersed bristles, which really help kind of grab every lash and give you that full fluffy look. The only downside to this is because the wand is so big and fluffy, it can be a little messy to work with. This is one of the few mascaras that I can wear with, say, like a really thick winged liner and I don't actually feel like I really need to put on lashes. The next brand that I'm going to talk about is Revlon. The first one that I absolutely love is the Photo Ready Skin Lights Face Illuminator. These come in a few different shades, and the reason why I love these is because they are great for mixing with your foundation. Say for example you buy a shade that is a little bit too dark and you want to lighten it or maybe add more of a glow to it. The pale shade of this range is really great for that. So this is the shade 400 Bronze Light, and I love to mix this with my foundation, especially in the summer. Gives you a tiny bit of warmth, a little bit of that shimmery glow, but it does not make you look orange. You can use these on their own. I personally think they work best mixed with your foundation though. Two other products that I love from Revlon that I've recently become obsessed with are the Photo Ready Eye Art Lid, Line, and Lash. These are a very long-wearing metallic liquid textured eyeshadow. So these are so cool, and I actually picked these up at the recommendation of my best friend Claudia. It's funny because I walked by them pretty much every shift at work and I never paid them any attention. And then Claudia sent me a picture of a swatch someone did online and I was like, what? These are probably one of the closest inexpensive dupes that you can find for the Dior Addict fluid eyeshadows. These are seriously amazing. On one side you get a cream liquid eyeshadow and on the other side you get more of a glittery liner. You can wear these on their own, or I personally like to wear them as a base. My favorite shades are 100 Topaz Twinkle, which is a beautiful kind of goldish taupe shade, and I also love Peach Prism, which is more of a champagne pink. I am actually wearing Topaz on my eyes today with a L'Oreal eyeshadow that I'll talk about soon over top. Last but definitely not least from Revlon are the Colorburst Matte Bombs. So these are like a lip balm lipstick hybrid with a matte finish. My two favorite shades are 250 Standout, which is what I'm wearing today, and number 205 Elusive, which I did actually wear in my previous video, which I'll link below. They all smell kind of like chocolate peppermint to me, which, I mean, who doesn't want that? Like, seriously? They have a gorgeous shade range and I just think they are phenomenal. Next brand I'm going to talk about is L'Oreal. My first absolute favorite L'Oreal product are the Infallible eyeshadows. These were one of the first L'Oreal products I ever tried and I fell in love with them. So I like to think of them as the love child between a cream shadow and a loose pigment. So they are like a pressed pigment, pretty much all a shimmery or metallic finish. They have a ton of shades. In the little jar, it comes with a little stopper and the product inside. Do not throw out that little black stopper. It's there for a reason. It helps prevent it from drying out. It also helps keep it pressed because it's such a unique texture. I actually have a full review with swatches for these on my blog. I'll link that below. I own most of the shades from the range. The one I'm wearing today is Gold Mine, which is just a beautiful gold. That's more so on my inner corner, and then on the outer corner I added Sahara Treasure, which is a little bit more of like a bronzy taupe gold. My favorite of all time is probably Hourglass Beige, which I don't actually have with me right now, but I used it in my last tutorial. They are one of the most pigmented, long-wearing eyeshadows I think you can get. Not even from the drugstore, but just in general. I definitely think if you like shimmery or metallic eyeshadows, they are a must-have. They can be a little tricky to work with. With a texture like this, I definitely find it works best when you use your fingers. Next, I have a couple randoms from different brands. From Physicians Formula, I don't have a ton of products, but one that I do really love that I think is great to have for any makeup kit or collection is the Gentle Cover Concealer Stick, and this is the green shade. This is amazing for camouflaging redness, pimples or blemishes. If I'm having a breakout or like an eczema flare-up or something, I will actually apply this underneath my foundation to help neutralize that red tone. I also have a lot of love for Rimmel Lip products. My favorites are the Kate collection lipsticks. So I've got the Lasting Finish by Kate. My favorite is in the shade 104. It's a gorgeous kind of deeper pinky mauve. And I also have the shade 17. These ones are not as matte as these ones. This is just a brighter rosy pink, and as you can see, I've used quite a fair amount of it. They have such a nice texture. I just think they apply beautifully to the lips. They never look really dry or cracked or cakey. Next is Elfin. I'm only going to mention one product because I do actually have a bag full of products that I want to do a separate review video for. But a standout product that I think every single beauty lover can benefit from is the makeup remover pen. So if you are a liquid liner fan and you struggle with liquid liner, I don't know what I did with my life before this. It's a pen with makeup remover inside. So it's very firm and not too wet, which makes it perfect for helping to correct concealer or helping to correct lipstick. But this is something that a lot of brands don't have, so I definitely think it's a great asset for e.l.f. Definitely something that sets them apart. It's also really great for cleaning up that winged liner, help make it look a lot more sharp and a lot more professional. Next is a brand that I have discovered within the last kind of 2 years, and it's Essence. So Essence is one of the most inexpensive brands that you can find. One of my favorites are their lipsticks. Lipsticks are seriously like $2 or $3. And they're beautiful. They're very long lasting. They're very creamy, very pigmented. This one here is one of the newer lipsticks, and this is from their like nude collection. This is number 5 Cool Nude. Just in case you couldn't tell what my favorite shade of lipstick is, it's nude. Another drugstore product that I absolutely had to mention is the Milani Baked Blush. Milani is a fantastic brand that I've only recently gotten into just because it was never really available here in Canada before. First product I picked up is the Baked Blush in Luminoso. I am actually wearing it on my cheeks today. It's a kind of golden peach, and I don't always like it on its own just because on me it turns a little orange, but over top of bronzer or as a blush booster, or for someone who is a little bit more medium to dark skin tone, this is beautiful. The textures are so smooth, and the shimmer in this one in particular is very, very fine so that it doesn't look sparkly on the cheeks. It just adds a beautiful glow. Luminoso is a beautiful color to wear with a dark or like a red lipstick because it is a bit more neutral. Just adds some really beautiful shimmer, glow, and warmth to the skin. Last but definitely not least are brushes. Naturally, I am going to be talking about Real Techniques. Real Techniques is, I think, one of the best brush brands you can buy. Brushes are such high quality. They're very soft, they don't shed, and they last forever. So the first Real Techniques brush I ever got was actually sent to me by a friend. This is the blush brush. This is my go-to blush brush and has been for the last couple of years since I got it. The shape is so perfect for me. It's domed and kind of tapers at the end, but it's still fluffy, so it gives a beautiful natural blush application. It applies your blush beautifully and very smoothly. Honestly, I've yet to find a shape of a blush brush that I like more than this one. Next is the Expert Face Brush. This is a very multi-purpose brush, so you can use this for foundation, you can use it for concealer. I personally love to use it for contour or for blending out my cream contour. So for today, I used it to buff out my cream contour from the NYX Wonder Stick. My newest loves from Real Techniques are the Bold Metals brushes. These brushes are so phenomenal, but they are much more expensive than the usual brushes. However, I do think they're worth every single penny, and a lot of the times they'll go on sale. So if you can find these brushes on sale, snatch them up. So this one here is the number 100. This is like a blush or powder brush. The next one that I have been obsessed with is the number 300. At first I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to use this for, but I'm so happy I picked it up because it's been my favorite for setting my under eyes. How beautiful. They feel so luxurious and so glamorous. I like want to have a sleek black container full of these. Last but not least from Real Techniques has been my favorite tool. This is the face sponge. This has been a very popular contender for the beauty blender. I have owned both, and I am happy to say I prefer this one a million times better. Not only is this like a fourth of the price of the Beauty Blender, I actually find it to be longer lasting and better quality. So even though I do love the Beauty Blender, the density of this brush I find actually applies my makeup better and is less wasteful. So because the Beauty Blender is so squishy and swells up so much, like it absorbs a ton of your product. Also, every single beauty blender that I have owned has grown mold in it. I followed every rule that you're supposed to, constantly cleaning it, let it air dry, don't store it in like a dark, moist environment, and every single one that I have owned has developed mold. These ones I take care of in the exact same way, and I've never found that they get moldy. I also don't find that they like break and chunk away like my beauty blenders often did. I also love the flat side. I think it's great for blending in your under eye concealer or for getting a little bit of a fuller coverage to your skin. Oh my god, I'm done! That took so long! There are so many great drugstore products and there's constantly new ones coming out, so I have a feeling this will probably be a multi-part series. So that is pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be updating you guys on the giveaway.